Yeah. They ain't believe me when I told them crypto was the future. Now they trying to get in, but it's too late. We've been stacking Marvin since day one. No banks, no middlemen, just power moves. Let's get it. Yeah.
Yo, old time with the one-time crew, let's get it. We are live and early because I feel like we need to be. I've had a very productive day, by the way. Very productive day. I'm going to tell you all about it in tonight's live stream. It's great, actually. It is unbelievable what you can do when you A, don't fall asleep, B, don't have any of your kids around, and C, don't have your missus here. It's brilliant. I've just got so much done today, including organizing my trading view, which is super exciting. I now have categories, which is exciting. And yeah, everything else. It's been super crazy. So anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome as always to the channel. We appreciate you tuning in. As always, we're bringing you the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news, reviews, cryptocurrency content, and everything else that you could possibly imagine. There's going to be so much crypto that you're going to be sick of cryptocurrency maybe by the end of this stream. I mean, I don't know, actually. But anyway, we've got quite a bit to get into, including why the market took a massive dump, and equally then why we're now back at 117. Good news. And we'll sort of get into a few of the little bits and pieces. And if anything you've got, coins, whatever, as the title says, by the way, bring them in. Let's talk about them. And we'll sort of I'll try and give you just a view of what I think is happening. And more importantly, where I think potentially they could go. Once again, this is not a financial advice channel. We're only here to stay dialed into this crypto market. But like I said, there's quite a lot to get through as always. So do your thing, everybody. And we appreciate you being here. So let's say hello to a few people. Then I'm going to get into it. Tim Shea's here, 37's here. Millsy, what's going on? Welcome, Blazer, Craig, Fours, 37, RPM, Gonzalo, Mr. Viva la Bacon. Where the hell have you been for the last, 50 million years? Good to see you. Jesse's here. Chipper's here. Mr. JR, welcome to you, sir. Bosh. Nemo's in the building. Kevin Sexton, welcome. Roki's in the house. CJ, welcome. And then, obviously, the fam's here on TikTok as well. I mean, brilliant. Come Rockets in the house. What's going on? I love that statement. Frano, what's going on, buddy? We'll take a look at V-Chain. I got you covered, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As well as Zik and Zajia. Welcome to you guys. Well, as always, we appreciate you tuning in to the channel and listening to a little bit of what's going on in the cryptocurrency market. So let's talk about it. Let's kind of get into what's going on. Let's tell you what I'm doing, what the market's doing, what I think is happening, all of that. What we can see here, though, on the chart, I don't know, you can't see it. Punke's in the house. What's going on, Punke? We saw a massive dump of Bitcoin. We actually came down to 114,600. The Bullrun's over. We're going to freaking zero. No! Interesting enough, we wicked all the way back up. What's also interesting, by the way, is if you take the bottom of this to the bottom of the candle body, it's nearly a 2% move. It's about as strong as we've seen of move over the course of the last week anyway. So what we can argue here is that actually there is a desire to scoop up the opportunity. And I think that's what we're seeing. Back within this range, not surprised at all, actually. So, yeah, we saw a pretty epic dump arena. What was interesting, and again, if you are following me on social media, you will have seen me tweet this out or talk about it. Altcoins didn't react like we said. Like, they didn't sort of come out the back end of it. Ethereum never fell too badly. Obviously, we've seen a little bit now, but, you know, look at some of these coins bringing back now. Sui's up 3.5% on the day. Casper goes flat. BNB up 0.8. We see a couple of others. Near Protocol. HBAR's nearly 7%. So, very interesting day in the market. Yes, we saw Bitcoin dump, but that is not... that's not the end of it. There's quite a bit we need to sort of dissect and go through a little bit and try and understand exactly what happened and, more importantly, therefore, why it's important. Steve says, even though 2-bit. How we doing? We're good, Steve. Norfolk says, even lads, we're all excited for the chance to Osprey TF today. Almost certain to delay, but still exciting. Yeah, let's fingers crossed we get it. Work will be back at normal schedule in September. All right, man. Appreciate you, Viva, as always. You do you, man. You do you. So, yeah, like we said, the market's kind of holding up pretty well. What is some key things to think about? BTC dominance. Look at this. You know those people the other night that were going, oh, Doobie, you don't know what you're doing. This isn't right. This isn't the CME gap and you're putting it in the wrong place. And we were like, well, it kind of feels a little bit like a CME gap. And they were like, no, Doobie, it's absolutely not in that place and you shouldn't be doing it. Well, turns out we were freaking right. Look at this. Turns out we were right. Perfectly hit. on this. Obviously, if we'd then seen a decline, we'd have been looking for that lower dominance at 114. However, perfectly hit once again on the 2-bit TA. I mean, come on, people. The facts speak for them. In fact, TikTok, let me show you this. I'm not even freaking messing right now. Bruh, look at this. Look at this. What? I mean, tell me now that I don't know what I'm talking about without telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. So there we go. Anyway, BTC dominance, very obvious that we actually saw a bit of a sell-off and then people buying back in. This is obviously very bullish and certainly gives us a confidence as we go into the later market cycle. I think it's always interesting on the CME. Bitcoin dominance continues to come down, albeit we had that small rally yesterday. Nobody cares. That's all going down again. Ethereum dominance, we want to start to see go up. However, that holding of that range is kind of all right, really. XRP versus ETH is pretty flat. And then, interestingly enough, USDT people are stacking for some reason. People are like, oh my God, yeah, I need to get some more USDT. That's where it's at. Maybe it's Al Ashbrook and Al's crypto exchange. And then USDC, however, doing the opposite and actually seeing a bit of a decline in USDC. So, kind of an interesting day, right? Man, sometimes you have a cup of tea and it's so good. That cup of tea was brilliant. David says, go to it. You're always on the money. I, for one, love you, brother. David, thank you so much, man. I love you too. Crackerjack says, damn it, you're early again. I know, I'm lonely. Crackerjack, I'm lonely. I'm sat here doing nothing. So I thought might as well go live. Mrs. Away, nice play, 37. Exactly, yeah. CJ, I mean, it's as legit as I think as a pre-sale can get. Again, you can only vet them so far. If you're not sure, don't. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. Does Al exchange do KYC? No, Al don't need KYC. Just needs a bribe. Anyway, Selv, what's going on? Welcome to the live as well. UK, 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲𝗍, welcome. Jeremy's here. Many people, as always, jumping into the live as well. We appreciate it. We're talking about cryptocurrency. If you do have any thoughts, views, opinions, questions, or anything else, do let me know. Drop them there in the chat and we will pick them up and start giving a view. Why do we have 41 likes already? I have no idea. I heard Epic's a scam. What? Don't know what that means. Anyway, so that's interesting where we sit with that. Like I said, Bitcoin right now, 116,926. We'll keep an eye on that. Alt's obviously holding up pretty well over the course of the last few hours. Now, we'll talk a little bit about why I am particularly not worried. Actually, I dropped some content earlier and I was like, do you know what? It just is what it is. M's on chains in the building. Good to see you. It's kind of a bit like, well, it is what it is. But there is some key things to be aware of, key things to look out for, and key things to keep us on the straight and narrow would absolutely was align us to exactly what's going on. And I think this is important to reference. So, again, we've got Bitcoin dominance. I did a video yesterday, by the way, talking about kind of exit plans, what to look out for. If you haven't seen that, go and watch it. It is worth your time just to kind of have a view as to maybe what things we need to look at. A couple of people were like, hey, 2bit, will you kind of let us know when you're doing stuff? Of course, well. And we were talking about in this live stream as we sort of make decisions and do all the rest of it. But anyway, definitely go and check that out. I think it's highly worth your time for sure. P says, hold it, mate. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Anyway, right, Bitcoin holding up around this. I was hoping for around a 116, so I'm bullish on 116.9. Fingers crossed if we can get a little bit higher than that. But we are absolutely back in the range. So I'm like, yeah, I'm down with that. I'm cool with it. So let's talk a little bit about sort of some things that are just giving us a little bit of confidence in the market. And again, you know, crypto could go zero tomorrow. We could lose everything. And remember, it's not financial advice. But these are key things that we need to be aware of. And again, if you're relatively new to the markets and you're freaking out right now, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I bought, you know, Bitcoin at 123 and I bought XRP at 368. Like, this is all a scam and all the rest of it. This is why it's so important to strategize through the markets. And again, this is definitely not financial advice, by the way, but I bought some Pepe today because I thought, you know what? I'm going to DCA that position. I'm going to make sure that I'm dialed in for a potential move on that. Again, this is not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not saying go buy Pepe, but I'm saying that it's a prime opportunity on some of these wick downs. So how bad was it? What is it to come? What do you need to be aware of? Well, look, the Bitcoin indicator on the Pi cycle top is ultimately saying no. And predictions right now are running wild, with the potential Pi cycle top indicator currently predicting a cycle peak on January the 17th at over $395,000. Now, I'm just going to come out and say, I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, the Pi cycle top has been pretty accurate over the course of the last 2 bull market cycles, maybe even 3, actually, if you were to argue it. However, I don't believe we go to 2026. At this moment, I'm not seeing anything that would tell me opposite to that. So my view, and I'm still staying locked into that late October, and we'll see if any of this changes. And I think this could be interesting as well. But yeah, certainly everyone is expecting BTC to peak in Q4 of 2025. The Pike Cycle Top Indicator is calling it the peak of Q1 2027. I think that's meant to be 2026, actually. And with the Bitcoin price being around 395, will the Pike Cycle Top continue to accumulate, or is it broken? Only time will tell. If that is 2027, by the way, that's insane. 6-7 weeks of sideways and downwards movement now. Oh, shit. I always forget you're a bit of a bear punk here. Anyway, this is kind of where we get to with that. But don't worry about it because it's getting good. Bitcoin cycle is just not what many think. Bitcoin tops when it tops. Bitcoin goes parabolic when it inflects. And Bitcoin's ramp length equals the time under inflection. Bitcoin is always top 14 months after the inflection. And we have hit that. So many people kind of trying to convince me we're going into next year. And I don't necessarily agree with that. Those things made up for new customers as I think he would find it very useful. 2 bit! What's going on, Enzo? It says, bro, how you doing? You're looking good, man. Let's go to the moon. Yeah, let's do it, Enzo. Thank you, pal. Appreciate it. It sounds like a wrestling name. Anyone seen Randy Hipper today? Nope. I haven't seen any of her content. I think I've actually only ever watched about 2 of her live streams. She's from New York, and so I struggle a little bit. Bear in mind, I'm from Yorkshire, so, you know, listening to someone talking about Bitcoin, I don't know what accent that was, but anyway. Anyway, I'm sure she's an absolutely wonderful person. Good. Everyone predicts fourth quarter. Remember when everyone called the top on previous cycles? Nope, me neither. I mean, that's true as well. What we do know, though, is that many things will top at different times. For example, last bull market 2021, Bitcoin was November. We got Ethereum about a week later. We got Solana thereabouts. We got things like XRP like topped way before the Bitcoin price. So look, again, these are just ways in which we can make sure we know what we're doing. We're dialed in and we're keeping an eye on what's going on. But again, this is kind of an interesting one on that inflection point and then the 14-month push. Again, I just don't believe we're going into 2024, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Now, Citibank, that's right. It's got bank at the end of its name, is now predicting that there is a 2.5 trillion under management from Citibank. They're predicting Bitcoin's going to reach 199,000 by the end of this year. Once again, this is only for your benefit. Whether that's true or not, time is going to tell. You know, some people are going to be right and some people are not. So, yeah, so keep your eyes on this. But Citibank, man, there's quite a few banks coming in now. They're like, oh, well, you know, Standard Chartered, you know, they've adjusted their Bitcoin top prediction. So, pretty interesting, if you ask me. Pretty interesting indeed. And we continue to see how all that plays out. And I'm sure there'll be more and more. Bitwise CEO coming out saying 250, Ethereum, you know, maybe even a bit further. So, worthwhile keeping a very much close eye to how this is all playing out. And then, look, this one I thought was interesting as well. The Ethereum BTC spot trading volume. Ethereum finally flipped Bitcoin for the first time this year with $25.7 billion worth of trading volume, overtaking a BTC at 24.4. So pretty interesting that, you know, we actually see that, which shows a desire. And I'm going to talk about a couple of news stories later on that you're going to definitely want to stick around for because they are super interesting when you talk about Ethereum and how they are going to play it out. The same institutional wave that pushed Bitcoin is now accelerating Ethereum. And actually, it's had a pretty solid move today as well, which is kind of good news. When you have the chance to take a look at Pulse Chain, it's got nothing. It's going to happen. Do great shows. Thanks. Thanks, Enzo. I will. Wally Whippet, Yorkshire name. I mean, that's true. Everyone, I mean, I don't have a Whippet. I have a Greyhound, but it's kind of close. It's kind of close. So, yeah, this is interesting as well. And then just look overall today. Always worthwhile just seeing what's going on at an institutional level. So we see a solid amount of long liquidations. No surprise there. $500 million were liquidated on the markets. Over $395 million on longs for Bitcoin. Shorts on 109. But whenever the market is fearful, BlackRock and its cronies come out and buy more Bitcoin. $4.49 billion is the flows in ETFs. And then we see this. 272 Bitcoin into the iShares Trust. 621 into Fidelity. Grayscale dump. No surprise. Everyone else, with the exception of Global X, who cares, ProShares Bitcoin to Ether equal weight ETF, bought Bitcoin today. So while everyone's freaking out and panicking, they're like, oh my God, Someone sent 80,000 Bitcoin to an exchange and they're all selling it off. Well, turns out that no one actually gives a flying F and they're just going to buy more Bitcoin. So pretty interesting as that one plays out. And that's kind of why we get this real sort of interesting volatility range that we got on Bitcoin right now. Again, the key here, I think, is to hold this range. If we hold this range, we're pretty golden. And that, again, would be up above 116,630. Again, like I said, worthwhile just noting how that might play out. So, good. DJ Brian, what's going on? Selma's here as well. Good to see you. Poman's here. What's going good, bro? I have a Saluki. It runs like a bullet. Yeah, ours is a bit old, though. Ours is technically a Saluki crossed with a Greyhound. And has some African Slugi in her as well. So, but yeah, she's like 11 now and pretty knackered, but she's still pretty quick. In her heyday at like 2.5. Mate, she was nitrous, like proper nitrous. Let me tell you, she was crazy. I tell thee. But yeah, she's a solid dog. I don't know if I got a picture of her actually. Moto, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to you. But yeah, the dog is wild, mate. Let me tell you. Here. That one. It's not on the screen, is it? Just for a split second then, I thought something was on the screen. That would have been a disaster. Man, yeah, I've only got a really old picture. All right? It's a really old picture. Don't laugh. There it is. There's my dog, look. That was the day I picked her up. Look at that. Absolute chopper dog. Anyway. So yeah, again, what we see here is ETFs buying. Guess what? When you look at Ethereum, though, it is another obvious play. Over $231 million into the ETH fund yesterday. We're probably going to see a similar kind of number today. So I definitely think we're in a world where, yeah, we're going to see some more Ethereum purchasing, I believe. So worthwhile noting, in my opinion. And certainly we're seeing that. Thanks, mate, for your accent and verbal reminder of my mistakes in the market. Should have listened to 2-bit. See? The dog is called Layla. Or Layla dog, which is, again, what we call her. So, yeah, Layla the dog. A Shih Tzu. Nice. I like it. Just carpet serves. Yeah, ours is rapid, honestly. Well, again, not as much. Same as me. He's long in. Like it. Not quite Dalmatian, but yeah. Similar markings to a Dalmatian. Anyway, with that being said, these are ETF flows, which again are pretty bullish. Right, let's talk about the obvious, which is this, right? Let's talk about the obvious kind of, the obvious dumperining of significant amounts of Bitcoin, right? Because it's kind of been pretty wild, if you ask me. It's kind of been pretty wild. So again, lots of people freaked out. There was a massive amount of Bitcoin moved on to Galaxy Digital. To the sum of around 70,000 Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin. 80,000 Bitcoin. And then Galaxy Digital, being Galaxy Digital, just decided, well, we're just going to sell it, right? We're just going to dump the bags. The markets kind of didn't like it. Everyone, as usual, thinks that the bull market's over. Everything's going to zero. And, you can see here just the amount of Bitcoin going through from Galaxy Digital. They have been selling aggressively today. Really aggressively. I actually tracked their specific wallet here that you can see, and they, like I said, have been really, really pushing this big amount of Bitcoin. Now, it is an old 2011 wallet that's taking some profits, redistributing, assets. I don't really know, to be honest. It's always difficult, isn't it, with any of these really big transactional moves. But the market didn't like it. The market was a bit like, hold on a minute, like, this must be the end of the bull market. Everyone is dumping their Bitcoin. And the fact of the matter is that, in my opinion, there's loads of technical indicators that are telling us we're nowhere near the top. Even if you just take things like the pool multiplier, the MVRV index, and many others, all of which, in my opinion, are showing us, no, we are not anywhere near the top. So you can see here some of the movement going on Galaxy Digital. 3,000 Bitcoin is $347 million. Again, an hour ago, huge amounts of ETH being moved around. 30 million USDT coming in from OKX. So there's a real, there's a real obvious redistribution of capital, in my opinion. And you can see it happening live. If you are, savvy and switched on and you know what to look for in the markets, then you're going to be fine. If you don't, it's going to be pretty painful. It's going to be pretty painful. What is happening? There's like a party going on outside my house. Like genuinely, there's just like loads of people just outside my. Like, by the way, I live in quite a nice area, and there's just like loads of people have stopped. Obviously, this room like lights up with like lights going, white lights. Like what the? I mean, who stops on a corner as well? Who the hell knows? Anyway, back to more pressing things like what is going on in this cryptocurrency market. So again, like we said, Galaxy Digital dumping their Bitcoin. An ancient wallet initiates first external transfer in over 14 years. Right, it's just kind of fine. I don't know why people are having such a massive meltdown about it. Because people need to relax. What are they doing out there? It's like literally like... I think they're lashed. I think they're absolutely lashed up. That's my opinion. I'm going for that. They look lashed up anyway. Anyway, so yeah, 14.5-year dominant Bitcoin address holding 3693 BTC, approximately $457 million, initiated its first external transfer. The reality is they are cashing some of this out, and Galaxy Digital is facilitating that dump arena. You can see it all going to different exchanges, yada, yada, yada. This won't be the first one, and it won't be the last one either. Do you know what I mean? We're going to see more of this. As Bitcoin pushes to new highs, you're definitely going to see more and more people dumping Bitcoin, more and more people repositioning for cash, etc., etc. Like, you know, it is what it is. But the good news is as the market continues to go up, the more liquidity that's in, and equally, therefore, the less impact we're going to see. At the minute, the market's still a little bit skittish. It's still a little bit uneasy. There's lots of kind of stuff going on right now that people are just convinced that the market top's already been in. And maybe it has. I mean, I don't think so. That's just my personal opinion. But people are like literally losing their mind over some of this stuff for no reason. Remember, you know, when people are fearful, you got to be greedy, baby. And I think that's exactly where we are right now. So this is kind of interesting as it all plays through. And like I said, we're seeing more and more of that kind of work through. Bitcoin ETFs bounce back as Ether ETFs keep winning. Again, Ethereum ETFs are crushing it right now. And actually, lots of people are looking out. The next big run on capital, in my opinion, I've been saying this now for about 2 weeks, will be Ethereum treasury companies. You are going to start to see loads of them come to fruition and people start to get it. So much so, by the way, BlackRock's head of digital assets leaves and joins an Ethereum treasury company, Sharplink. Sharplink Gaming, man. I mean, holy crap. You need to keep an eye on those. But yeah, Joseph Shalom, former BlackRock global head of digital assets, becomes Sharplink Gaming's new co-CEO to focus on Ethereum. This is very interesting. And like I said, when you start talking about the fact that we're seeing ETF flows pick back up, people are buying Bitcoin, institutions are dumping huge amounts of money back into the market. And all of a sudden then the guy that's basically running the Bitcoin stuff at BlackRock's like, going to Sharplink and like, I'm going to hang out over there and basically run it for an Ethereum thing. Thank you so much, bits. Please. Then it's kind of telling you exactly what's coming, which is, in my opinion, a pretty decent move on Ethereum. You can see here just how that plays out over the total Bitcoin spot ETFs and how they've played over the course of the last week. If you flip that on its head to the Ethereum ETFs, it is a very different story. In fact, you see significant inflows into those Ethereum ETFs as we have done now for at least 2 weeks. So good news indeed. And like we said, that's why Ethereum has held up relatively well with all this kind of sell pressure as well. Fidelity's FETH drove the rally with a massive 210.06 million inflow completed by Grayscale's Ether Mini Trust with over $25 million. So again, we know there's a lot of capital that is coming to the markets. And the other way to look at this is open interest. I sort of talked a little bit about this on my, you know, kind of exit plan, what to look at in the markets when you sort of think the market may be a little bit overcooked. Open interest is a super interesting metric to look at because the reality is it tells you exactly what's going on. And again, open interest soared as markets plunged. So the price of Bitcoin, altcoins came down. What we saw was everyone's like, holy crap, I need to get a position in here. Let me go long on BTC. I'm going to go long on Ethereum. What the hell? I'm getting involved. And we absolutely saw that play out live and uninterrupted. And I think that's a very interesting thing to think about. Certainly when you're sort of looking at what's going on in the markets and you're looking for some confidence. Again, remember, if this is your first ever bull market, you might be a little bit like, oh man, like this is just not what I'm about right now. Like I'm not what I'm about right now. But anyway, it's very interesting indeed. Right, TikTok, don't go anywhere, right? Don't go anywhere. I just need to do something real quick. So while TikTok is muted, by the way, don't forget, we have a brilliant offer with BITUNIX. Get on over there live right now. Link is in the description. BITUNIX.com/2BitCrypto, the live stream special campaign. You're going to get bonus distributions daily. Also, you're going to get a 50% reduction in your trading fees and losses. Signing up with just my link. If you sign up with anyone else's link, you don't get this bonus. You trade just once, and this is the bonus you get. Deposit $400, deposit $1,000, you're going to get $400 for free to trade on that platform, as well as 50% off on trading fees. All your favorite leverage you're ever going to need. It's a super simple, super easy platform. We're actually going to put some trades on towards the end of the show, so stick around. It's going to be 100% worth it, as always. Right, TikTok, we're back. We are back. Also, check out the pinned comment as well, because it's in there. Right, good. That is that. Open interest, looking super, super bullish. We're all gravy when it comes to all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, if anyone's got any questions, any thoughts, any opinions, then chuck it in there. I'm going to buy some CVX when I get paid. The last one before we boom. Yeah, I like it. I don't know what CVX is, though. I don't know what CVX is, but sounds good. 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁𝗲 in the building. Good to see you. 𝗦𝗲𝗿𝗶𝗿, what's going on? Welcome, everybody. As always, we appreciate you tuning into the channel. And you're here because we're talking about crypto. Do you see my lost trades? No. Jay Burns in the house. 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁𝗲, were you just on my TikTok live as well? Maybe. Do you still think Sui will flip Sol? I don't think I've ever been in a world where I think it will flip Sol, by the way. I just think Sui will perform very well in this market. I do actually think it's a very good chain. I think it's got loads of good news coming for it. And yeah, I mean, it looks kind of good, to be honest. So I think it's definitely got an opportunity for sure. Whether it flips Solana, I don't know. I think it needs to get a bit more of a reason to go to it. Obviously, Bitcoin store of value. We talked about this yesterday. Ethereum, obviously, everyone can build over there. Solana's like the meme coin lottery, isn't it? What is Sui for? And I know there's quite a bit being built on it, but yeah, I think there's definitely an opportunity. 271 I got in on this one, so I'm pleased on that. I'm pleased on that. Steve, thanks for the £5. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, buddy. Degen, Convex. I've never even heard of it. Man, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. John Marquez, let's get rich. Let's do it, baby. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yeah, so that's that. I mean, this is the only problem with going live early. Is a bit like, well, what else do we talk about? What else do we talk about? I am sure we can find something. I am sure we can find something. Right, we'll close all this, close all this. Keep an eye on Galaxy Digital. We'll keep an eye on the price of BTC. It's coming down a little bit. 116,684. We need to hold, I think, by the way, it was 116,600. I think that's kind of where I'd like to see that. I just don't want to see us outside of the range right now. That I want to, I want to, not like the garden center, but I want to see us sort of sticking in there. Cheese, what's going on, pal? Bullrun bingo card. We do need to do that, actually. In fact, let me just bring that up, and then I can do it while we're live. Bullrun. Oh no, hold on a minute. Bingo card template. That's what we want. Right, perfect. Okay, so I've got this. Again, just let me know what you think should be on it, and we'll sort of go through the course of tonight's show, and we'll stick the Bullrun bingo card on, which is good. So BTC, we have to go for it, don't we? 200k. That's got to be on there. Right. There we go. Right, I've started it. So just let me know what let me know your thoughts, your ideas. What are your predictions for the bull market cycle top? Where are you at with it? What do you think's coming? And I think we can sort of talk a little bit about why that's going to be important. Yeah. True, you did 20 sub. What the hell does that mean? We can talk about crumpets. Man, too bready for me. The biggest and largest, safe to say. I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping on since my... What? Justin's just dropping some beats right now. Trump in Scotland, wonder if he's pissed yet. I mean, I don't think so. But yeah, I did see that. Loads of people have gone to like watch the aeroplane land and stuff, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, pretty interesting. Gianluca, what's going on, man? Welcome to you. I appreciate it. Curtis, that's a sad situation, but I spent way more than I should have today. Poor man's been shopping. Poor man's been shopping. Again, we want to see BTC hold this level. This is going to be important as we sort of play over the course of the next, well, probably next week or so, I think, depending on what happens. We obviously want to see Jerome Powell cut rates. That's going to be next week. I mean, it doesn't look too optimistic. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look particularly optimistic in terms of how that's all going to play out. So, you know, we can only hope, can't we? We can stay dialed in. Fingers crossed we're going to get something. But yeah, hopefully we'll see. Hopefully we'll see. Holmes, you could go and see him, couldn't you? You're up there. And 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁𝗲 is, I believe. You guys could just be like, yo, Going on, bro? Do me a favor. Do me a favor and just, you know, make BTC go up a little bit. Holmes is greeting Trump's plane. That would be crazy. We go live to Mr. Holmes. He's like next to it. It's a huge plane. Huge. I can't do it, by the way, but anyway. Anyway, he couldn't cut his finger, let alone interest rates. I mean, yeah, it's true. The weird, like, Fed thing yesterday was super creepy and a bit weird. Where Trump's going, it's $3.1 billion. And you see Jerome Powell go. And you just added a building on. Go for it. With the amount of police in the A30 today, you'd think Trump was in Cornwall. Oh, really? Wow. Why did Jerome Powell stick his tongue out? He was just trying to catch some precipitation, I think. I think that's my opinion. Yeah, I wonder why, Miss Bab. But anyway. Welcome, Ricky Rand. Good to see you, man. Blockchain Bullhorns in the house. Well, welcome, buddy. Good to see you all. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Powell was waiting for his blessing. Yeah, it was definitely awkward, wasn't it? It was definitely like super, super awkward. Powell dropped rates with a knock 1 point off. I mean, Trump came out today, didn't he, and said, well, maybe Jerome Powell might cut rates. Yeah, it feels less and less likely. I mean, look at that. 97.4% are saying no way. And then September looks like we may obviously get that first 25 basis points cut. October feels relatively stable. December is your next cut. So predictions, by the way, from the Fed are 2 rate cuts. They look like September, and December. I guess lots of things can happen between now and then, which are all going to be, interesting as it plays out. So we will see. When he patted you on the back, almost split him in half. Yeah. Well, I'd love him to reduce interest rates. You're like, yeah, of course you would. Of course you would. I take the A30 to Cornwall. Yeah, I've only been to Cornwall once. I'm never, ever going again. It took us 12 and a half hours to get there. So I absolutely will not be doing that. Absolutely not doing that again. Mr. Powell is a lizard man. Slap broke through a 1 million market cap today. Did it? Nice. Nice. I like it. Man. It feels like there's like lots of news coming through on my phone, but none of it is relevant. Like, oh, Ethereum dropped 1.6% today. You're like, well, yeah, I can see it. I don't need a news article to tell me that it dropped. Anyway, XRP at 308. Is this this could be a good little opportunity if anyone was looking to take that position on. We did lose that. It came down support line. Again, we want to see this push probably above 310, I think. 310 would be good. Bonk holding up at 0.57. Pepe down 1.69. Brett holding up as well. Now, people calling for a Dogecoin move. Whether that's going to happen or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty interesting as the markets are there. Powell's 3.1 bill for building upgrade. That's one expect. Yeah, have you seen it? They're building 3 layers down. Like, it's the most freaking insane, like, renovation. And putting some sort of underground concourse in there as well. Like, pretty crazy if you ask me. Thoughts on H-Bar? Bought some today. I don't think that's a bad shout. Yeah, I mean, H-Bar's been performing pretty well. It's up 5.86% in a day where the market's really showed a little bit of weakness. So I think there's a lot going good for H-Bar. I think it sits under a lot of good narratives. And yeah, I think it's a good one. If I had more capital, I'd be tempted. But right now, I'm just going to keep DCAing on certain positions to try and, just make myself a little bit more risk averse for this market when it turns. And by the way, I absolutely believe it's going to turn as well. And we'll go back to the upside. On your bigger card, what month is the top? Oh, well, I've got October. In fact, October 25th top. There we go. That is my contribution to the bingo card. By the way, TikTok, if you don't know what the bingo card is, then make sure that you do it. Blazer, can you just sort whoever that is that's spamming the chat? Are you still in the chat, by the way? Oh, it's all right. I got it. Got it. Right, there we go. Dispatched of that individual. Bingo card XRP at 1,000. Come on, Curtis. We're not in there, are we? We're not at that. No way. We don't believe that's happening. I absolutely know that's you winding people up. Love it. I'll put whatever price prediction you put in, but I'm not putting 1,000. That's crazy talk. When it turns, we are at near all-time highs. That's true, Justin. Yeah. That's true. I think I could go with that. Let's see if Curtis agrees. But I think that could be it. 20 years time, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Gonzalo in on the TikTok, baby. What's going on? Good to see you, man. 750. Oh dear. I love it. I can see you too. What's going on, Gonzalo? Good to see you. Welcome to TikTok Live, baby. Welcome to TikTok Live. Loads of rules changed on TikTok. I don't know if you guys saw today. They changed loads of rules. So like all those like weird channels that like just beg for gifts and all the rest of it they now carts. There's loads of new like rules, which is kind of cool. I kind of like it. But yeah, it just means we have to be a little bit more sensible and, more importantly, keeping our eye on exactly what is important to work through. So, but yeah, there is a whole new list of them. So, what have we got? No unauthorized recording, streaming, or recording individuals, enforcement actions, and temporary live bans ranging from 24 hours to 7 days. Holy smokes! But yeah. Powell resigning on there. Oh, yeah, we haven't done that. Are we saying that's in there, yeah? So Powell resigns. Good one. I like that. I like it. Pete, what does Pete say? Pepe in the US Reserve on bingo card. Man, I mean, imagine that. I'd be down for that. Pepe US Reserve, yeah? That's what I was saying. Oh, what US Reserve? I like Pete card, see it, but you never know. I mean, yeah, exactly. It depends, doesn't it? As the social, the Trump media thing kind of builds out, we might actually get something. So, but yeah, look at this. Your suggestive dancing or clothing aimed to provoke is no longer allowed on TikTok. Good news. Promoting something another platform. You've also got a number of things I don't really feel comfortable saying. Harassing, you can't do. Encouraging others to target, don't do that. Obviously, you can't do any of the like obvious drink and all that kind of stuff. Scams, deception, exploitation, fake fundraisers or emergency. That's it. Misleading claims, i.e., pretending to be sick or poor for money. Using children is like an automatic ban. Like if your kid comes on the screen, bingo, you're gone. Yeah, if you break these rules on live, first time live ban, repeated account suspension or permanent ban. TikTok may also ban live using AI before humans even see them. There you go. Look at that. You no longer can beg, clickbait or fake emergencies, inappropriate behavior, or use of virtual backgrounds that mislead or hide the identity or context. So yeah, TikTok going wild, man. They're like cramping down, which, I think I think they're decent rules. So yeah. So will be a proper crazy run happen this year or not? Well, hope so. Time will tell. I think that's all we can say. That's all we can say right now. Time will tell. And when you look at fundamentals and technicals, you would argue and say, well, they both look pretty optimistic as to where we might go. The debate, as always, is that going to be happening? Do we get some crazy Black Swan event? Like, you just never know, do you? You never know. LK, what's going on, LK? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Trump sues South Park. Has he actually done that yet? I think that's a good one, though. I'll just put Trump sues South P. We know what that is. 11K ETH, 900 stall. Oops. South Park was hilarious. I haven't seen it yet. A US bank confirmed using Ripple service on a big... Oh, yeah, that's a great one. So I'll do XRP used in banks. There we go. Sui is moving. Yeah, Sui is on the move, actually. It looks like it's having a nice little run, which is kind of nice for anyone that's in it. I mean, it's up 4.5. Likewise, by the way, Hedera is making a move as well. Ricky Ricardo. Is XRP a better, newer Bitcoin? It's just different. It's just an altcoin, isn't it? I don't necessarily subscribe to that whole XRP is going to be the best crypto in the world. Like, there's enough chop for everybody. Let's just see how we get to it. But I think it solves a different problem. which is kind of good. But on the loop, Lava just signed hell. My crypto kept an eye on things from a distance. Nice. I'm in a Sui Long. Curtis, you crazy man. Remember, Curtis, this is for you right now. This is for you. Easy peasy. You can absolutely get over there. Sign up and get a 50% discount on your trading fees. Don't miss out on that. That is going to be really bullish. Ondo, man. Yeah, I talked about Ondo the other night. There's some big partnerships coming with Ondo, especially MasterCard. And they've obviously got the whole treasury scenario. So, yeah. Ondo, I think he's really building out in a good way. You can see it here, look, at 101, which is kind of nice. Yeah, and actually we see a couple of others moving as well. So, yeah, market's warming up a little bit, actually. TradFi, FYI, Dixie's up a little bit. S&P 500 plus 0.3. Oil flat, gold down. The Russell looks like 0.03, so nothing too wild going on, really. No, mate, no, it wasn't worth it. It was costing more than it was gaining. At the moment, I think it needs to push a little bit further. I think we need to be in and around the sort of 20-cent mark, really, which sounds a little bit out of reach, but it's a double. We've been there before, I think. So, but yeah, it kind of made no sense to pay to run a miner to lose money on it. That's a silly concept, but yeah. Lauren, basically, yeah, if you do anything that TikTok don't like, you are out of here. As the people of God, what is that song? What is that film? Pitch Perfect, one second. Blocky Crypto, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to you. Appreciate you being in the house, as always. And again, don't forget, we're here 6 days a week, bringing you the latest, greatest cryptocurrency content, news, reviews, and everything else. So again, we appreciate you tuning in to our live stream. Again, we live stream every day at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK time, keeping you up to date. Michael Saylor self-combats because he loves Bitcoin so much. What about Saylor starts buying Ethereum? Do you reckon that could be a thing? Saylor buys ETH. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. I felt someone said your name, so I came here. Blocky Crypto. I'm bullish on you, pal. Bullish on you. Right. Dead quick. BNB's up at 0.7. Solana having a nice little comeback. 183. So that's a nice bounce off that support level we put here on Solana around that 175 range. So, oh, what's that? It's 2 bits TA. Steve says you do a good job, 2-bit. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Gensler discloses his own 100. Can you imagine? Brad Garlinghouse today at Ripple. We'd like to announce the joint. Chris Larson's dumping all his XRP. Gary Gensler's buying it all. Can you imagine? I think, Curtis, all that will happen in the next about 2 weeks anyway. I genuinely think I think an Ethereum ETF will be announced within the next like 8 days. I think I said 10 days a couple of days ago. How high does the RTY 2000 have to go before we see the bull run come in? What the hell is the RTY 2000? What is that? I don't even know what that is. RTY 2000. What? Oh, the Russell index. Sorry. The Russell's got nothing to do with the crypto market. Really? You want to see the Russell pushing up along with traditional stocks, really. But we want to see a weakening dollar because weakening dollars will push people into risk assets. So if you have a bullish stock market, weak dollar, you should get a relatively solid risk on markets, which obviously would be cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So yeah, worth keeping it as I peel. Excuse me. I doubt Saylor buys ETH. He will give you. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if he does? If he does. We've topped. It's all over. Stardog. No, come on. I don't want to believe it. I can't believe it. We've got more to go. Please tell me it's true. Santa Zero. They're also on its unprofitable companies have been rather muted the last few months. That's true. I reckon it's around 2400 before we fly. Nice, Kevich. I like it. But yeah, I mean, I don't track the Russell too much, in fairness, but yeah, 2261 and is on the move. Where was all-time highs for the previous markets cycle? Just out of interest. Let's do 2021. So, yeah, so the Russell was here, like 2379. So, a little bit below where we are right now. 2463 was the top of the Russell and then coincided with the top of the bull market as well. So, you know, we probably want to see some element of the Russell pushing up, but not too crazy, I don't think. Not too crazy, in my opinion. In my opinion. Which is good. Tim, you weren't here last night. I know I said in the group that I wasn't going to do it, and I actually did come live in the end, so I apologize. But what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you. And appreciate everyone tuning in as always. Like I said, we're here every day talking about the markets. We are actually live tomorrow, which is Saturday. I don't normally stream on a Saturday, but we will be live streaming. We might even go live a bit earlier. We might do like an 8 o'clock start or something. Do like a 2-hour stream or something. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Elias, what's going on? Welcome. Indeed's in the house. Well, I don't need a job at the minute. And Stardog. It's plus or minus 3 days. I love it. Blocky Crypto says, I might go live also. Should I know something, Blocky Crypto? Should I know something about you? Have we had this conversation before? Is this where it turns out Blocky Crypto is actually like, you know, some super mega absolute legendary? Oh, yeah, I do know your channel. I do know your channel. I definitely checked about it. You were live an hour ago, bro. You just live streamed for your car or something. Here he is. Look, Blocky Crypto, everybody. Woo! Blocky. Yeah, it says here, you were live an hour ago. You just like chilling in your car. Love that. Haven't ever like, I did think about doing a live stream out of my car, but yeah. Yeah, you show my channel as well. I've been slacking. Oh, mate. Come on. Don't be slacking, pal. Don't be slacking. Got to grind it out. Got to keep it. I feel super motivated at the minute for content creation. Like super motivated. Let me show you something as well that I learned today that I think is pretty bullish, right? You guys may not think this, but it's those small things in life that I think are important, right? These are the things that make me feel happy. And so I want to show you something. So obviously you can see all these kind of crazy stuff. So I learned today how to do scenes, like, you know, like chapters, which is kind of exciting. So like if you click on here, for example, then did I do it on this one? Oh, did I not do it on this one? I thought I did. Oh, come on, 2-bit. The one thing you pick. Jesus. Okay, fine. So I did do it on the... Where is it? Here, the exit plan one. So I've cut this up. Again, you can see, look at this at the bottom, look. So, introduction on how to exit the crypto market with your gains. And you got here, bull market top indicators to follow. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at this. We're taking it to the mainstream. And then look at this. They're on here. Look, altcoins ready. You can just click the link. Oh, who is this guy? Who is this man? We're absolutely macro bullish. Macro bullish. Let's get it. No idea where that's come from, by the way. And then look, you got all this timestamps here. I am a crazy man. We're trying to make it feel super bullish. Bam, 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 bam. Super bullish. There you go. Look, all the chapters. It is actually having a good effect on the video. It keeps getting views, which is kind of nice. So hopefully that'll just churn in the background. I've got a couple of these coming up, by the way. So I've also got one that's about taxes, which I've told you about before. So that one's coming up soon. That's going to be an interesting one. And also we've got one around how to kind of, you know, take profits and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I'm super bullish on finding my missing dog. Oh shit, I didn't see. Is the dog got missing? I mean, I don't think I can help. I don't know if I'm anywhere near there, but bro, honestly, it terrifies me. Like that our dog will go missing. I mean, when she was younger, she used to go missing for about 4 hours every time. Right, little sod. How long's the dog been missing for, man? Got a meta quest a few days ago, and it's absolutely crazy. The tech, it's mind-boggling how good it is. I'm checking out different metaverses. Interesting. Foz says, what the hell was in 2-bit's tea? Just my missus. No one's in the house. Only me here. So I'm obviously like super way more bullish. 2-bit stripping for the car, wearing Elon John style sunglasses. Oh, mate, my sunglasses are downstairs. You better believe it. 3 weeks today. Ah, shit, bro. I honestly don't know what to suggest. Have you tried? I know you will have done, by the way, but I always see these like videos where people lose their dogs and they're like in local pounds or like RSPCAs or Dogs Trust and stuff. I'm assuming you would have checked all those, but that's all I've got. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, man. No, he's a mix of artist and art for artists. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, for sure, no doubt on that. Just in terms of that kind of anticipation that we talked about last cycle was way in the future. Yeah, I mean, look, I still don't really get the metaverse. I don't care that people tell me it's going to be the next thing. I don't care people say, 2bit, you are wrong. You are wrong, sir. You are absolutely full of rubbish. And the metaverse is where it's at. I would simply say, I don't believe you, sir. Not a chance. Tell me something I can do in the metaverse that I can't just do looking at a screen. Is my opinion. I think for gaming and stuff, maybe, but yeah. I've plugged on the chart 31st of July for the run and September for the top. Interesting. Well, 31st of July is in 6 days, but I like your style, 𝗥𝗲𝗿𝗁. I like it. I was even interviewed by local news to check out if we had done the last video I posted. Oh, wow. For $250, it's worth trying the MetaQuest. It's insane, the immersion of it. Wow. We're 15, 28. Yeah, I think so, Stardog, as well. If I'm going to do the metaverse, I want Ready Player One. Do you know what I mean? I'm going in there. I want something I can like run on, and I want to be like fully immersed into it, not just like sat in here on it. But yeah, my opinion anyway. I do escape rooms on my Quest 3. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool. Buy a better Quest 2, but it's crazy good. Yeah, but I mean, 250 quid to buy a headset. It feels like a lot of money. Feels like a lot of money when yeah, when there's other things to spend $250 on, like Pepe or Bong. I'm only kidding. Honestly, 2bit, have a look at it. It's mind-blowingly good. Okay, I'll have a look, but I don't think I'll get one. Not yet. Maybe in the future. I mean, I honestly don't even have time to play any games or anything. I thought about this the other day. I was a bit like, I used to like play like loads of Rocket League, and I used to just do stuff on my computer. I literally just grind the trenches on meme coins. I look at crypto charts. I do YouTube. I do TikTok. Like, I just grind 24/7, 363. I give or take a couple of days off. Do you know what I mean? But it will be worth it in the end. It'll be worth it in the end, by the way. I'm actually putting something together that I thought would be quite fun. Just I don't know, just as kind of a bit of a thing, really, which was how and what price do things need to get to kind of equate to a value. So let me show you what I mean. So as an example, what is going on here? As an example, you got like here, look. So this is like all the coins that you've got, how much the price you think they're going to go to, and then obviously where you think that that's going to go in terms of a thing. So I was going to list all the kind of cryptocurrencies on the left-hand side, and then yeah, you can like put it in and have a look and see what your portfolio is, your mindset. Okay, what am I looking for? How and what prices do I need certain things to hit in order to see the kind of returns that I want to get? I think it's always good to kind of track things like that, just in my opinion. Right, Bitcoin looking like it wants to try and break back to the upside, which is kind of nice. 116,990, just retested 117, got rejected a little bit, but yeah, it's not a headset. Is it like a helmet? Or is it like a, what is it? MetaQuest? What did you get? MetaQuest what? 3? I feel like I've seen this. It's like some big goggles, right? Yeah, like some big goggles. Yeah, not a headset. Like a big goggles. I have seen these before, but yeah. It's Gogglebox. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, like I said, I could sit here and go, oh yeah, mate. Definitely. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. But yeah, look, I'm sure that's great. I'm sure it's great. Like Apple Vision. I mean, they soon died out, didn't they? I mean, does anyone even use Apple Vision anymore? I don't think they do. Don't think anyone cares about it anymore. That's just my view. That's just my view. Anyway, swapping over to YouTube. Hey, 𝗥𝗲𝗿𝗁, love it. Got a meta from CEX cheap. CEX. Man, yes, they are interesting shops for sure. Not Pepe and Bong. You get it. Like your misses. I don't even know what that one was for. Lauren Bab, I missed that totally. Totally missed that. Anyway. 1K up on it. Nice. What's that on the Sui trade? Yeah, Sui's at 6.5. Like, Sui's motoring right now. Good news. Alts are starting to push a little bit. ETH at 36.80. Bitcoin feels like it's starting to break back above to the upside. Look at HBAR, man. 7%. Have we missed something? There's like something being announced. I mean, Trump's in Scotland, isn't he? So, I mean, unless he's going to give some sort of crazy announcement from there. NASDAQ closed at a new all-time high above 21,000. That's insane that the NASDAQ's still going crazy, by the way. Still going absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything. XRP mentioned by Atlanta Fed. The Atlanta's Fed new report on Web3 calls XRP an international payment medium or wholesale settlement coin. That's pretty good. Yeah. Don't know about that. Donald Trump erupts on the tarmac in Glasgow. All right, okay. He's having a go about immigration. That's fine. And that's it, really. That's it. Oasis are played at Wembley. Don't know if anyone knows that. And latest Hong Kong's OSL Group's raised $300 million to supercharge global expansion to launch stablecoin payment infrastructure. Aaron Powell is Kavich. What's going on, buddy? Welcome. Market recovering very nicely. Yeah, it looks like it as well, actually. Actually looks like Bitcoin's, yeah, if it can hold 117, I mean, that's a nice little, that's a good solid rebound, isn't it? We'll take that all day long. Lucky, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. Wall Street is officially closed, yeah. Is officially closed, so yeah. Mixed reality is good. Full-size pool table in the living room or even a bowling alley. What, you can do that with the MetaQuest thing? Surely it's not like real pool, though. Surely not. Surely it doesn't feel the same as like going to a pool table. Like, what do you lean on? Anyway, Lucky's going long. Mate, Lucky, you should have been going long yesterday or this morning when the price of Bitcoin was like 114. Everyone was going, oh my God, we're going to zero. Lauren, thank you so much. We're going to freaking zero. That's the time to go long. Bingo card, XRP goes number 2 in the market cap. Ooh, I like it. XRP, #2. CMC, yeah. That's a great call. That is a great call. Anyway, right. Let's keep an eye on that for a start. BTC dominance is coming down. CME gap, once again. I guess we didn't fill it, but we're pretty close when it comes to that. Total market capitalization, by the way, on BTC, 3.79 trillion is the total market cap. Total 2, which is everything minus Bitcoin, holding up around 1.46 trillion. And total 3, which is everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, making up about $1.01 trillion. So 2 out of the 3 are actually moving to the upside, which again is showing a little bit of strength in the market, showing a bit of positivity, showing the fact that actually people are just freaking out over no reason. I've been taking and saving coins from random people live to send to you instead. Hey, thanks, Lauren. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like Robin Hood, Lauren of Loxley. Too bad have you muted Curtis? No, I don't mute anybody. I don't mute anyone other than maybe TikTok, but I don't do it on I don't do YouTube. Work gets in the way of my trading. Yeah, Lucky, tell me about it. Work gets in the way of everything. That's why this bull market, we've got to have our focused mindsets. We've got to be like, right, we've got to get out of the 9-to-5 grind. Get out of the 9-to-5 grind. That is that's the goal. This bull market cycle. That's what I hope for anyway. That's what I hope. And again, that's why that chart becomes really important, because you're like, okay, let's see. Right. Oh, we got some breaking news. Breaking news, everybody. New York, Galaxy Digital, a global leader in digital assets and data center infrastructure, today announced the successful execution of one of the largest national Bitcoin transactions in the history of crypto on behalf of a client. Galaxy completed the sale of more than 80,000 Bitcoin valued at over $9 billion based on current market prices for a Satoshi-era investor, representing one of the earliest and most significant exits from the digital asset market. This transaction was part of the investor's broader estate planning strategy. It's freaking $9 billion! What the hell are you building? Jesus! Maybe he's paying for the Federal Reserve building. Maybe it's Jerome Powell, or it was Gary Gensler and all of that. What can I buy with $9 billion? Let's have a look. Maybe it is Gary Gensler. Right. You can... Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What would people spend it on? I'd spend 7.5 billion on Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, probably buying some Snapchat, General Motors. I mean, would you really? If you just cashed out Bitcoin, you wouldn't go back to the stock market, would you? I wouldn't anyway. Would you? What can you buy for 10 billion? Does anyone know? Well, does your own pal know it costs that? I mean, maybe. 3 pints of Ben & Jerry's for every person in America. There you go. That's how you can spend 5 billion. That's so good. You could buy, think about this. You could buy 3 pints of Ben & Jerry's ice cream for every single person that lives in America and still have 4 billion left. That is wild. A Tesla Model S for every person in your hometown. Housing for every homeless person in the US for a year. That's a good one. 5 billion. A trip to the moon for you and 2 friends. For 500 million left over for snacks and equipment. That's wild, isn't it? That's wild. Solar panels for every house in our home state. 5 billion is enough to slap solar panels on every house. Cup of coffee for every college student in the US every school day for a whole academic year. Nah. New release DVD for every person in America. A decently high quality toaster for every kitchen in America. I mean, if you didn't have goals to do in this bull market, this is one. You can buy a toaster for every single house in America. Like, that's the way forward, isn't it? A 50-foot yacht for everyone in your college graduating class and production of 12 Hollywood-grade movies. There you go. There you go. If you fancy yourself as a little bit of a director, go and make 80,000 Bitcoin, and that's what you get. I'd finish the Fed Reno with that. Give it to the donation page. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. 9 billion of BTC at 117. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. How far did BTC go down? Percent after that? Yeah, it's like 114. Look at the wick. 114,780 is how far it went down, which is kind of wild if you think about it. But look at now, like, do you know what? It's interesting that Galaxy Digital announcements come in. I think that'll give some confidence to the market. The market will go up, oh, right, fine. Someone cashing out. Obviously a big player, big bags. Fine, that, you know, they're getting out. It's not spooking the market. It's not an institutional investor. I think that's pretty good news from Galaxy Digital. Fair play to them. I mean, they're obviously flexing a bit of muscle out there, but yeah, 117,292, which we could close, by the way, with under 1% correction. That's nothing in a bull market. So, you know, look, a nice little flush out with some longs and a nice little bounce back into the range. I mean, you could argue and say, well, maybe tomorrow we could continue the momentum now that that kind of, you know, event's finished and moved on. Maybe that starts to become a bit more bullish and starts to play a bit more favorable to sort of where we're going. So, yeah. Holding to 9 billion is crazy. I'd have sold at 10x. Yeah, I mean, I would have done as well, in fairness. 10 billion Yorkshire tea bags. That is wild. That is wild. From top to bottom, the candle is crazy. It's a billion. It is billions of market cap removed. Yeah, I know, it's wild, isn't it? That is wild to think about it. Like I said, we had a pretty decent rally after yesterday's late night dump. This all came like late on, in fairness. But yeah, it is what it is. Hey, Mick, American Global, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. But yeah, holding to 9 billion is wild. Like, think about that. A Satoshi era wallet. I mean, Jesus. Markets start to rally again. Well, we're not super crazy rallying just yet, but markets are recovering, I think is probably a good way of putting it. You know, 0.88. I mean, man, you could argue and say we could actually see an altcoin surge to push BTC. BTC could go green for the day. I mean, that would be fucking crazy. That would be crazy. Well, I mean, it's Saturday tomorrow, poor man. So I don't believe the Nikkei or the Hong Kong Stock Exchange trade tonight. But I think what you've got is just a little bit of like confidence. Remember, the markets right now are so crazily fickle. So crazily fickle. They're like, oh, this wallet's dumping. It's over. We're all going to zero. Like, I need to sell everything I've got. Already, you know, that 80,000 BTC is probably worth, they probably got less than what they would have done if they'd have just held on to it for a bit longer. But hey. Too big to buy Asda. I mean, that's the thing. BTC's pumping. Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, we're on the uptrend, I think. Let's go into the 50. In fact, let's go into the 5-minute chart. So, yeah, I mean, look at that. BTC back in the range and starting to accelerate to the upside. So, yeah, it looks all right. Don't leave the chat. What's XRP at? XRP is currently at 313, just marginally down here in the 5-minute. So XRP is coming back as well, which is kind of nice. Solana 184. Some of the big winners right now. Sui looking like it may break $4 again. That's insane. Casper's at 1.5. That's good. HBAR, man, HBAR is fucking flying. It's nearly 10%. Near Protocol's up. Jasmy's at 1%. So some decent moves out there. VeChain's up. Fetch AI, Dupe 0.39. Memecoins having a bit of a run. Brett's up 3. Bonk's up 3. Pepe flat. Whiff up 2.5. Yeah, pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. 2-bit. Those people panicking are going to buy our bags Forex. You know they are. You absolutely know they are. Toshiba on base meme with Kick You Early. Yeah, I heard a lot of people talking about Toshiba on base, actually. I don't know too much about it, but I've heard a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people talking about it. I feel like maybe we missed out on this this move as well. Maybe we missed out. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Just took 50% profit my long. Curtis. Bullish. Curtis. Booyaka shot. Booyaka shot. Booyaka shot. I mean, look at this move right now. Look at this move coming in. 117.250. Feels like, feels like that's the resistance. 116.779. It's broke above that here on the 15. Looks like we might start to push definitely to the upside. And again, super easy if you want to just, head on over here. Look, again, all of these benefits. But yeah, Bitcoin looking like it's going a bit of strength right now and starting to push to the upside. So, I mean, we could go cheeky and put a little play on. Don't miss out, brother. AJ, I'll take a look at it. Sure. Ponky says, nice little liquidity grab up to 118 before we visit 112,300. Ponky, I thought you told me at the start of the stream we were going down. You flip more like, you do more flips than gymnastic at the Olympics, bro. I'm kidding. Ponky. Still bullish on you. He got the dip last 3x in 2 days. Nice. Good HBAR. All that case. Del Mixie is even closer. Love it. I love it, bro. I love it, Ponky. I love it. We just got a good price for 10 minutes for the futures close. That's true. Nitro, what's going on, man? Yeah, I mean, we need to see what the market close looks like, but yeah. Feels okay. I mean, a little bit of a dumperino coming back in, but I mean, it's always a bit weird, isn't it, on the on the 15 minutes, yeah. Like us does a daily trade live. Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do that if people wanted to. Because anything can happen. We could do, what are we on right now? 35x feels a little bit heavy, actually. Let's do 25. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. What are we doing at? 117. No, we want to be at let's 117,700. There we go. Let's see if we grab that. Let's see if we get that. We can keep an eye on that tomorrow when we come back as well. So, again, easy peasy. I said 114 yesterday. We did that. Bit of a push up before we more downside. Ooh, they're like fake out. The little fake out. I love it. What happened, Craig? Craig says, Mike, did you pick up any bonk in the end? No, mate. I bought some Pepe. I didn't buy bonk. This is the problem, right? This is a downside. I don't want to get into it for like $500 or whatever. I want to take a decent position in there. So I think we'll get another retracement. Yeah, I think we'll get, we could get another little pullback, but yeah, I mean, it's doing pretty well. 3% up. Brett's up 3. So I could rotate a little bit. I've got a little bit of Brett. Yeah, maybe. I need to see what's going to happen with the market, really. We need to see kind of what the daily close looks like. What does then that look like in terms of the open tomorrow? I think that'd be good news. Sunday sell-off day, do you think? Yeah, true, bro. I'd rather have bigger bags of less coins. Yeah, Ponky, you and I both. When people are like, man, I've got like 100 coins and I've got $25 in each, you're like, why? Why would that be a thing? Like, really? So, yeah. Not a big fan of that. I'd rather, I think I actually did have it on my screen a minute ago. I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, it's there. Oh, no, I haven't. I don't know what I've done with it. Don't know what I've done with it. Anyway, it don't matter. Yeah, I think I'm in about 9 players, maybe. Something like that. Close that down. Good. Good. Can you pull up Slap? Yes. Let's bring up the, let's do some deck stuff because we haven't really, oh, I didn't want to do that. We haven't really done a lot over here. Dex tools. Dex tools. Although I kind of feel like every time I try and find this, I can't find it. Oh, it's this one, isn't it? Holy crap, it's up 50%. Jesus. Wow, look at that. No point to get little. Yeah, I think so as well. I think so as well. Right, cool. That order triggered, by the way. Oops. The order triggered. So we are officially now in on that 25x long on BTC. So we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, man, Slap's moving like. Yeah. Can't say no to that. Can't say no to that. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. What's BTC dominance at tonight, mate? I got you covered, bro. Don't worry about it. I got all the dominances you ever need. BTC dominance at 6150 is continuing to come down. ETH dominance, by the way, is... in fact, can we get ETH dominance as an actual thing? ETH. Oh, you can. Look at that. ETH dominance. Bruh. Nice. There we go. Yeah, ETH at 11.75. So yeah, BTC dominance is coming down. Good news for altcoins. ETH dominance marginally up. Stable coins are pretty flat. So, yeah. We probably need to do XRP versus BTC as well. XRP, BTC. Yeah, something like that. There we go. Cool. 9 coins. 10 is my max or something. Getting. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Slap is so unbelievably botted. Is it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Pretty obvious. I mean, it still has some in. The easy way to do it, by the way, if you want to just get rid of the noise, you can click on this and it'll sort of take away sort of all the noisy bits. You can sort of see what is actually happening underneath the skin of it to get an idea of it. But I mean, however you look at it, you know, if you bought in down here, then, you know, it's a pretty nice move. XRP doesn't beat BTC. No. XRP dominance, i.e. it's how it performs against Bitcoin. Remember, we talked about the altcoin season index and what that actually means. So that's kind of what we're looking at. That's, in my opinion, what the measure is. So, no use holding $50 of 100 coins. I agree, poor man. I 100% agree. Curtis says, little bag of memes. Little bag of memes. Is that like a token, or is that what you just stated that as a fact? Jasmine all the way. Yeah, I like Jasmine. I'm having too many coins was my first mistake in crypto. Everyone does it, by the way. Because your logic is, I'm going to get loads of different coins and then I'm hedging my bets on them moving. But actually, generally speaking, if you're sticking with the top tier ones, you're probably going to do all right. Again, never financial advice, but it is worth thinking about. So yeah, I think I'm in, I want to say maybe 12, 11 maybe, I think. And even that's probably a little bit too many, but yeah. Always the case. And everyone that's new to crypto always does it as well. And that's why so many people just lose track of what's going on because they're like, what the hell's going on anyway? What the hell's going on? I had an interesting one earlier on. Let's see what I don't know what the price of it is now. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, okay, it's holding up all right, actually. It's holding up at 536. So yeah, interestingly, I got in here. This one triggered on my trade bot thing down here. This was a nice little runner. Nice little runner, which is good. Which is good. By the way, everybody, I do actually have a video coming out that's going to talk about the bot I've been using, ATM.DAY. You can sign up with the link in my description. It is down there already, but I have got a video that's going to talk about all what's going on. And in fact, you can get super crazy bullish and you can look at some of this stuff. And I think I can do this if I do this. Oh, it doesn't work. No, bro. What the hell? It should get rid of that. There you go. Look. There you go. Look. Wait. What about us? What about us? Oh, I'm muted. Sorry, I'm muted. I muted TikTok then. Sorry, mute TikTok. I muted you. Sorry. I pressed the wrong button. I apologize. So yeah, again, you can check this one out, but what it does is just trigger potentials that you can sort of have a look at. Look, these are all what it's bringing up. You can see some of the things. So price, market cap, holders, mintable, freezable, and is the DEX paid for? Again, wallets, all the rest of it. You click on here. And then if you go to this, you can see it brings up what it is. Now, some of them, tend to look like this, but some of them don't. So if you are interested, yeah, look out for that video. It's coming soon. And then I've been using this. So that was what I got earlier on. Look. Way bullish. There you go. Just a little bit of insight. Thoughts on Aptos? Yeah, I like Aptos. I'm not going to lie. I actually do like Aptos. I got into it like the first time around. It did a decent move, and I thought it was good. Then it's a little bit undervalued right now, but I do think it's got some potential for sure. Definitely got some potential for sure. The EU announced a digital euro on CBDC in Q4 on the bingo card. Oh, do you think Europe will do that? So I'll do an EU CBDC out. There we go. I think small bags of memes. Okay, no point going all in. Yeah, I mean that's true. You look, again, you play risk versus reward, don't you? That's the key thing. But yeah, Punky, in terms of Aptos, yeah, I think it's kind of good. I think it's kind of good. So, right, we've got one that's just come in. Here you go. Look at this. Look at this, chat. It's called Stupid. Seems a bit harsh, personally, but anyway, what's it doing? Let's take a look. I'm in 5 coins now, 65%. I mean, look at that. It's 159k, 160k. Is this worth a little punt? Maybe it is. Look, maybe it is. We could do like. Anything. There we go. Look. There we go. We're in. I don't know why we're in, but it'll be funny. Bingo cards, 0 cap gains. They will do it, mate. The EU love being in control. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all. That wouldn't surprise me at all. So, yeah. We will see. Oh, Rory, 2%, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see this get to like 200 or something. That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty nice. Oh, nice little buy coming in there, baby. Let's do it. Anything can happen. Yeah. I am bullish. I am bullish. 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 I don't know why we keep an eye on this one, but I mean, look at that. 1682. It's now 4.6%. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Surprised no XLM with that lot. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should have got in. A coach says, hope you invested in XRP and XLM as recommended. Coach, I invested in XRP at 35 cents. So yeah, I'm kind of cool with XRP. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty pleased where I'm sat on that position. When do you see Euphoria stage? Man, I mean, lots of people are talking about it soon. I think we need to see a bit more retail in the market, though, personally. Personally, I think retail's got to get a bit more dialed in, a bit more like up for it, a bit more kind of, man, this is super slow, this coin right now. But yeah, and I think once we get to that point, then, we may see a little bit more optimism in the market. But I mean, look, right now, Bitcoin's kind of holding up pretty well. It's nice to sort of see it push a little bit. So, hopefully we get a little bit more upside. I'll be down for that. So, yeah, we'll have to kind of wait and see. It's already heavily rumored, Curtis. What's that for? Curtis, I whiffed on XLM, to be honest. Yeah, I think a lot of people did. A lot of people definitely missed out on XLM for sure. For sure, people missed out on that one. But, yeah. Is what it is. Fair enough, Curtis. Thought it was going to be more edgy, wild picks. I count how many coins I have in my portfolio of 18. Tomato Pete, you are crazy. But I love it. If it's easier if you buy at the bottom of the bear market, all my positions are at massive. Yeah, I mean, the one I always go back to, like I said, we were buying Solana at $8, XRP at 35 cents. I mean, some of those worked out very favorably, by the way, very, very favorably. So, you know, that's the key thing, isn't it? Make sure that you dialed in the bear market, and there'll be another bear market. There'll be a pullback in the market. Everyone needs to be aware of it. It's always going to come, as it does every single time. And you've just got to be ready for it. That's my opinion. So anyway, people, we're well overdue. I've got Jasmine at 0.0034. Nice. Yeah, that's a good little shout. What's Jasmine at now? 0.017. Tell you what, this market feels like it's warming up a little bit. We might go green on the day. That would be crazy. I mean, genuinely, I think would be a bit out there if we can actually turn Bitcoin green for the day. That'd be pretty crazy. So yeah. Fingers crossed, we will continue to see more bullish sentiment, and we'll need to see more bullish outlook, which is good news. So, right, everybody, that's going to do it for me. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. That is it. We've been live now for an hour and 20 minutes. I probably will go live at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I think we go live an hour earlier. Let's do a 2-hour live stream. Why the hell not? We'll have a bit of fun. So make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the follow button, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, as always, bringing you everything you need to be aware of when it relates directly back to the cryptocurrency markets. Until then, though, enjoy the jazzy music, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you.